If you're looking for a world to make the most out of mob spawners in some way, then this seed might have you covered, mainly as there are 4 separate spawners, each of them close enough for a player to load them all in, as well as several other spawners located inside the exact same cave. But of course, to get to those mob spawners, we of course have to start off with the spawn, and from first impressions, I mean, well, it's okay. And looking at it from a topside view, I mean, well, it's still okay. You spawn literally in between 2 of the thickest spawning biomes, a jungle biome and a dark oak forest biome, which means going through these might not be the easiest thing in the world, but at least relatively nearby there is a pretty decent sized river you could use instead. I should mention that the cave with the 4 mob spawners is relatively far away. I mean, it's about 1,000 blocks in one direction and then 1,000 blocks in another, so more than likely you're going to use another, but I'd at least recommend you go on the overworld at least once. But to get there, you're going to want to cross this one ocean until we eventually reach that one plains biome over there, which also happens to have a little bit of jungle on it, as well as in the distance over there, a pillager outpost. An outpost which, coincidentally, is building out of dirt pillars instead of wooden pillars these days. But at least the budget cuts haven't hit normal civilization, because just over in this direction, there's actually a village just sitting itself right here, with of course your wheat, your pumpkins, your hay bales, your potatoes, and everything like that. And I know I was mocking that outpost for its budget cuts and its dirt pillars and everything like that, but honestly, they didn't get nearly as bad a budget cut as, say, this abandoned village right here. So I guess if you want to go through this village, you can, but you're just gonna be a little bit more wary of their citizens around the place. But either way, you're gonna want to continue heading off in this direction right here, past this relatively easily accessible jungle temple, as we can see. And as you continue heading onwards, you're gonna find more rivers, more jungles, and things like that, until you end up at these corners we can see right here, which, let's be honest, if you were checking out this one seed and looking at this one jungle, you wouldn't really think second of it. You wouldn't really, picture anything else happening inside of here, but as we all know, there is something more to be seen as we head deep below here, as we could see quite the mine shaft we could see around here. And not only quite the mine shaft, but also quite the amount of spawners we could see around the place, because yeah, pretty much every single place we look around here, there's spawner after spawner after spawner after spawner, literally all over this one cave. But you're probably wondering where the 4 mob spawners are that's close enough for you to actually activate them all at once. Well, to show you around, the first one is actually located just right here, just beneath this one walkway right here, right next to the second one just over here. From there, the 3rd and 4th ones are actually just over here, as we can see. There's a 3rd one right here, and then hang yourself just down here, there is the 4th one just right here. And if we just clear out some of this debris around the place, just so we can see every single mob spawner at once, we can see that these 2 over here are activating, as well as these 2 over here activating, which means if you want to, you could theoretically make a 4 cave spider spawner farm right in one singular place. Now, let's be honest, we found 4 mob spawner seeds before, like we've seen something like this before. What we haven't seen is the excess amount of other spawners inside the exact same cave, and while you can't use them necessarily the exact same way as these, being like you can't load them all at once, it's still really amazing to see so many different mob spawners inside the exact same cave. Because we have those 4 right there, but if we head just over in this direction, we have our 5th one just there. Right down here, we have our 6th one right there. Right where we enter, just around here, we have a 7th one. And just right at the back over here, we have an 8th one right there. And then just back here, we have our 9th cave spider spawner, pretty much all directly right inside of the exact same cave. Now, I have a feeling that I've missed a spawner or 2 around the place, but let me ask, have you ever seen this many spawners inside a single cave, like, ever? I mean, yes, it is kind of a big shame that you can only load at most 4 at a time, but considering that there was about 9 that spawned inside the exact same cave, does give me hopes that maybe there's a chance that we could find a seed that could actually load in more than 4 mob spawners at a time. And if you're the person who happens to find it, then share with us. We'd love to see it. But until then, this is a lot of mob spawners. Most of them can be used, some of them are off to the side, and if nothing else, there's this amethyst geode down below here. And with that extra addition to this great cave, I want to say thanks for watching, and I'll see you all later.